Good morning. As you may or may not know, Kim Kardashian is 5'2", I'm 5'1", and I thought it would be interesting to live her health routine for a day and critique it through the petite female lens at the end as a personal trainer and nutritionist, because short girls, we need to do things differently to lose weight. So I want to see if Kim's celebrity trainer Michelle is helping her do the right things to get the results she wants. It's me saying hi. Oh, he's hungry, so he's gnawing my arm. So I'm trying Kim's new workout routine. This is the one that helped her drop 16 pounds in 3 weeks for the Happy Birthday, Mr. President Met Gala 2022 dress. According to this My Imperfect Life article I found, Kim's workout routine is classified by 4 things and her nutrition. Number 1 is 6:30 a.m. workouts, 6 days a week for 1.5 to 2 hours. So it's up this morning at 6:30 and that one is done, but we do have to get to the workout next. Number 2, her health routine is strength focused. This article said 85% strength, 15% cardio. I'm gonna be working out for an hour and a half this morning, and I took that percentage, so I'll be doing 75 minutes of strength training, followed by 15 minutes of cardio. Number 3, less cardio in general. She said, I work out for about an hour and a half every single day, heavy weights. I don't do a lot of cardio. This article said she combines core strength, fitness, endurance with being very diligent when it comes to eating the right things. That's from Elle Australia, so less emphasis on cardio. Number 4, her focus on nutrition. She seems to eat more plant-based as well as lots of vegetables and clean eating. Michelle said in one article she went in her house and threw out all of her processed foods. Although she does eat some lean meats like chicken and whatnot, so we'll look at that. Since I'm only doing this for a day, I'm going to follow this as closely as possible, getting up at her time, doing her 1.5 hour workout, and following that up with a post-workout meal that will be her favorite breakfast, which is a chia pudding. I'm also gonna be doing one of her strength workouts that I found on the internet, as well as a cardio routine she does. Now, I'm not doing this because Kim K is some chickpea of health, okay? That's not the point of this. We're doing this for fun and also to see if her routine is focused for the petite body type and optimized for her body type, and we'll talk about that after I get through the day. All right, let's go work out. Putting the workout on the screen here, today we're doing a lower body workout that I found from a Women's Health article. It's going to be 6 exercises, 4 sets of each, and they're all lower body, either glutes or hamstrings or quads. We have walking lunges, 4 sets of 20 reps, elevated glute bridge, 4 sets of 20 reps, goblet squats, 4 sets of 15 reps, glute kickbacks, 4 sets of 50 reps, Bulgarian split squats, 4 sets of 12 reps each leg, and hamstring curls, 4 sets of 20 reps. There was nothing about warming up that I could find, but I'm very much assuming that Kim's trainer brings her through a warm up, so I'm going to do a dynamic warm up first, starting with some pass-throughs, using this band to open up my upper body, moving on to some knee hugs, and just making sure I get a really thorough lower body warm up too. Some lateral lunges, open up the hips, some hip openers. Definitely doing world's greatest stretch. Also some squat mobility. I want to prep for my squat because I know that this is going to be in the workout. And finally, I didn't see her do any activations, but I just want to make sure if I'm doing a lower body workout, especially if it's glute focused, that I'm going to be training my glutes and they're going to be primed and activated. So I'm using a thick band to do some banded walks back and forth. I'm doing 10 reps each way. And then I'm also going to bring the band up above my knees and do 20 banded squats, and I'm gonna repeat that twice, making sure to really hold tension in the glutes throughout this entire activation series. Moving into the first exercise, we have 20 reps of walking lunges. Most important thing here, if you wanna follow along this workout, is to make sure when you step that your knee does not come in towards your other foot. You want it to always be pushing out so that you can activate the glutes. And I did decide to do this one with weights. Didn't really specify in the workout, but I figured she's using heavy weights because that's what they said she was doing in the other article. She's lifting heavier these days, and this is a quad exercise. It's interesting she's doing 4 sets instead of 3. That to me says that she is really trying to grow her muscles here. And this is a higher rep range than I would expect. It's a little bit above, it's a blend. It's sort of hypertrophy where you're building muscle, and it's a little bit of muscular endurance with the higher rep range of 20 reps. But for the walking lunges, I did 10 reps each leg, so total of 20. And if she's going really heavy on these, this is a very taxing workout because you're 4 sets, high rep, heavy weight. That's pretty intense. Next up, we have an elevated glute bridge. And this one, I'm assuming she meant elevated as in back elevated, not foot elevated. And you're gonna rest your back on a bench. You want it to be basically the bench to rest right below your shoulder blades. You're gonna tuck the hips under so that you're not arching your back, and keep your chin tucked. And you're going to press through the heels and squeeze through your glutes up at the top. And I used a band for these two to get some extra glute engagement, which really didn't need that. I did not know it was coming for me in this workout, but I decided that was a good idea at the time for some reason. And doing high rep here with a 35-pound dumbbell, and man, this really burned. Next up, we have a goblet squat. The goblet position is how I'm holding the dumbbell out in front. This is also getting a little bit of upper body and core because of where the weight is positioned. You wanna make sure that your toes are turned out a little bit and you're really squeezing the glutes throughout, keeping a tight core, and you're not looking up or anything so that your spine stays in alignment. But this was definitely, at this point in the workout, my quads were burning, my glutes were burning. Like I was like 3 exercises in and already really exhausted. Now we have the cable kickbacks. It doesn't say it's cable. You can also do these with a band, but I just figured she was probably doing cable kickbacks. Now 20 reps is really high per leg, 25 reps rather. That's what I broke it down into because it said 50 in the article. When I got to this part, I wanted to have a small death. Like I was like, there's no way I can do 4 sets of 50 reps of this after all of this glute centric work. And I was pretty right. You can see I can't even do this on a heavy weight anymore. I'm just kind of like, the muscles were already pretty fatigued, but I did get I got a good pump in here. If you want to get extra glute engagement, you want to turn your foot out a little bit, so your toes out a little bit, and push up to the ceiling with your heel. Literally could not believe that we were doing Bulgarian squats after all that, because Bulgarian squats are very challenging. They're single leg, it's very quad centric, it's very hip flexor centric, and glute of course. And I'm doing these with just 10 pounds at this point. I'm pretty blasted and did not want to do 4 sets of it, but you know, we committed, so here we are. Also, you can use this little hack I learned recently. If you want to get the distance right from the bench out to where your foot placement would be, you sit your hips back, put one foot out straight, and then you just stand up from there, and that'll give you the perfect distance to use. Last exercise here is a hamstring curl. I don't know if she used a machine, but I'm showing the dumbbell variation in case you want to do this at home. You can just put it between your feet, and this is how I get up onto the bench so that you can get in the right position. Most important form tip here, you want to press your hips into the bench, okay? You don't want there to be a gap between your hips and the bench. You want to press that in, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the core, and go slowly on the way down and then a faster tempo on the way up, and these really do burn. So I just finished strength and I am toasted. 75 minutes. It was much harder than I expected, just like really high rep, and I had to drop the weights on a few things, but we made it, and now I'm gonna move into the cardio. I created a cardio bit for this last 15 minutes here of cardio that she has. That is based on the article. It says that she does high intensity exercises like ball slams, burpees, sprints, and ladder drills to get her heart rate up. So I put together a circuit: ball slams, burpees, kettlebell swings, ab bicycles, and sprints. And I'm doing 40 seconds on, 20 seconds rest for 3 rounds. And I'm not taking more than 20 seconds break between rounds. It'll be about a 15-minute workout right here. All right. That actually wasn't that bad. I sound crazy. Literally nobody left in this gym. Everybody's gone. It's totally empty. Because of my athletic background's in fencing, which is like interval, it's like bursts of activity. This type of training actually feels super good for me and not painful. It's like probably my favorite kind. I don't do it that often because it's high intensity, but it felt good. It wasn't too bad. 15 minutes, not that bad. My glutes on the other hand, sheesh. And I just made sure to cool down before I left. That was a ton of activity for my body, and you want to do static stretching at the end of your workout. I don't know what Kim does, couldn't find anything on it, but most trainers will, put you through a static stretching routine where you're stretching the muscles, holding the stretches for about 30 seconds, and lowering the heart rate before you call it a day and leave the gym. Time for breakfast. I'm going to refuel with some homemade chia pudding that I made. The recipe is just 1 cup of almond milk and 4 tablespoons of chia seeds. It makes 2 servings, so I'm gonna cut this in half. I'm gonna add some banana, some berries, which are a good source of fiber. And this is what I've seen Kim do. I just see her do the chia seed pudding and some fruit. But I'm gonna add some cinnamon for extra blood sugar control, and I'm gonna add a little bit of whey protein, or else I'm not really getting any protein here. It's mostly fats and carbs, which are great, fibrous carbs. This is Women's Best Protein. I'm a Women's Best sponsored athlete. If you want 20% off to try their proteins, you can use my code. It's SMALLETICS20. And I'm gonna go ahead and make this little bowl right now. There you have it, Kim's chia pudding with lots of fruit. Time to give it the taste test. I've had chia pudding before, but not a long time. That's really good. It's really filling. Delicious. I like this breakfast because it's really high in fiber and fats. And it also, I added the protein, but if you don't add the protein, it's a really good source of fiber in the chia seeds, healthy fats in the chia seeds, and fiber in the berries as well. So this will keep me full for at least 4 hours. Okay, morning routine is complete. Let's talk about the good, the bad of Kim Kardashian's morning routine through the lens of the petite or short body type, seeing as Kim is 5'2", I'm 5'1", and I'm a certified personal trainer and nutritionist. So let's break down what I think was good and what I think was not so good about this. Number 1, consistency. Kim is clearly really consistent. She goes 6 days a week and she sticks to this routine. She swears by her 6:30 a.m. We also know Kim has been into fitness for many years, and this is important if you're looking to achieve a long-term sustainable result. It will take a longer period of time, especially for petite women. Yes, you can get some fast results. You can drop some water weight, you can drop muscle and drop weight fast if you go through a crash diet or you severely restrict your calories as a petite. But if you're looking at the long term, when you go through severe periods of restriction like that, you set up your metabolism for failure in the future, and it's very easy to gain the weight back. So off the bat, I love that Kim is really consistent with her routine, and she's prioritizing making this a lifestyle for her. Is it a sustainable lifestyle for her? Maybe, but we'll talk about if it is for the normal person in a little bit. Number 2, Kim Kardashian eats a pretty unprocessed diet. Now, this is important for petite women because, as you may know as a petite, it can already feel like you can't eat a lot of calories in a day. Just looking at a muffin and you gain like 10 pounds, right? So for us petite women who have fewer calories to play with in a day, what you eat determines how much you get to eat. Meaning, if you focused on just eating less processed foods in general, just less in general to try to lose weight, you're not gonna feel full on a diet like that, just eating processed foods but less of them. If you switch over to eating more whole foods, unprocessed foods, fruits, vegetables, lean meats, you can eat more of those and still see results. So what you eat determines how much you get to eat. And Kim has sort of mastered that in terms of she's eating a really unprocessed diet. She's eating lots of vegetables, which have fiber and fill you up. Just like the chia pudding breakfast, that is a really satiating meal. And because she eats satiating foods, she can eat more of them versus if she ate all the processed foods in her pantry, she could eat a lot of that and not feel full and not feel good. So she's doing a good job of looking at not just the calories of what she eats, but what is she eating, because that determines how successful you'll be in losing the fat in the long run. Now, you're probably thinking, well, doesn't this apply to everyone? Yes, but it's even more important for petite women because, like I said, we have fewer calories we can make use of in a day, right? Taller people can eat more, shorter people eat less. So what we do with those calories is really important, and we want to make sure we choose foods that satiate us, keep us energized and full for a minimum of 4 hours in a day. Number 3, this one's so huge, and I'm so glad that this was in all these articles. Kim is prioritizing strength over cardio in a really big way. So according to Melissa, I think I called her Michelle earlier in the video, Melissa Alcantara, Kim's trainer, her workouts are more resistance training based. 85% of her workout is strength and resistance weight training, and only 15% is made up of cardio. You guys may or may not know that this is so important for petite women, and I love that her trainer is giving Kim this program. Weight training is really the key to sustainable weight and fat loss, whereas cardio is not that helpful in the long run. Kim is taking a very petite, tailored approach to accelerating her results and making sure she's working out for her body type in a really smart way. It's interesting too, because Chloe, who's a lot taller, as you guys know, than Kim, focuses on a very cardio forward training routine because that works for her. And like I've always said, taller women do well with cardio routines for a lot of reasons. But when us petite women do tons of cardio as a way of losing weight, we get hungry, it messes with our hunger hormones. We can't, we end up eating it all back. We also don't have as much lean body mass, aka muscle, as taller people. So if we spend all of our time doing cardio instead of building muscle, we're not going to achieve the body composition we want. You need to build muscle as a petite in order to increase your metabolism, be able to eat more food and burn fat even while you're at rest. So Kim is totally crushing that with the strength. Number 4, Kim uses a mix of cardio, and it was hard to find exactly what her cardio routine is, but she's doing less, which I already said is good, but the types of cardio she's doing seems good for petite women as well. For example, she's doing a mix of HIIT workouts and low intensity. And if you saw earlier in the workout, we have these things called metabolic finishers in the Petite Power Premium program. And they're almost identical to what her trainer was giving her in terms of the circuit-based, high impact, high intensity finishers to put at the end of the workout, kind of boost up your heart rate and get your metabolism going. You get this thing called afterburn effect, which elevates your metabolism for many and many hours after a workout. So her trainer is taking advantage of that, and it's a great tool for petite women to temporarily boost the metabolism after a strength training workout. Okay, so let's get into what's not so good for petite women that I think Kim could change. First of all, based on what she looks like she's eating, as far as like a chia pudding in the morning and chicken in the afternoon, which is high protein, and she has a smaller dinner, I don't see her getting a minimum of 100 grams of protein in a day. I just don't know where else she'd be getting it from if all she's eating is if she has 30 grams of protein at lunch and 30 grams of protein at dinner with fish and chicken, which is what I've read she eats. That's 60 grams of protein, and the chia pudding doesn't have a lot. So she's I'm guessing not quite hitting 100 grams of protein per day, which is what I recommend petite women should have. If you want to get more granular than that, you can aim to eat 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And it might give you obviously a little bit over 100, but that's if you're really trying to build muscle and you're trying to lose fat. You have to have a higher protein diet in order to do that. Protein is super satiating as well. So if you're a petite and you're eating enough protein, you won't be hungry all the time, and this is going to help you reach your fat loss goals. So she's not really eating what I call PFF, which stands for protein, fats, and fiber in every single meal, especially because the breakfast didn't have that much protein, and you really should have protein after a workout. The second thing, and there's only 2 things here that wasn't really amazing, is I don't think this is a sustainable workout routine for
the vast majority of people. I know my workouts are not anywhere near as intense as the workout I did this morning. Like my glutes hurt, like I'm sore. There's no way I could train at that level of intensity for 6 days. My workouts are just a lot less intense, especially if she's like really using progressive overload and training heavy on those days. She's doing higher rep, heavy weight. That is hard to do for 6 days without really just burning out, injuring yourself, stuff like that. And I know she does some kind of deload period, which is important, but she does train really hard. So I would say it's a bit restrictive, it's a bit intense, and a bit too unsustainable for the majority of people. And I don't believe you need to train in this crazy of a fashion in order to achieve the results that you want. I will say too, remember to have realistic expectations. We don't know what types of surgeries celebrities have had or not had, and they can use their insane fitness routines as a way to suggest that that's how they get those results. I don't know about any of this for Kim, right? Except what's on the internet. But remember, you want to have realistic expectations about your body. You want to love your body and you want to feel good after your workouts, not like completely spent and exhausted and like you don't want to work out the next day. So why did I do this challenge? Many of you are probably wondering. I don't do a lot of celebrity workouts like this. I didn't do this because this is a healthy thing to do or a healthy way to live. I did this challenge because I wanted to see how closely Kim Kardashian follows the principles of science behind the petite body type. I wanted to see how smart she was training for her body as a petite, and of course her trainer as well. And I think she's doing a really good job. I was really impressed with the way she had it structured. I love that she's lifting so heavy, she's minimizing the cardio, and she's eating a really unprocessed diet. If you do want to train for your body type as a petite, you want to train smarter, more efficiently so that you can reach your goals faster, I want to invite you to join our October session of Petite Power Premium. We work hands-on with you along with a dietitian, health coaches, nutritionists, personal trainers to help you achieve your goals, and it's all tailored to women 5'4" and shorter. If you want to learn more about that, you can sign up below. You can also book a petite body breakthrough session with me or a member of my team so that we can help you figure out what the right next steps are for you and if it would really be a good fit. So you can check that all out below. We start in October, early October, and I would love to have you join us. And if you liked this video, but you want to dive deeper in the nutrition, which I know a lot of you guys love talking about the food, the nutrition, like who doesn't love food? I want you to check out this video. I think you will love it. It's exactly about how to build your meals as a petite, the proper nutrition, protein, fat, and fiber to lose fat and gain muscle. It's a complete walkthrough and it's going to just answer all of your questions about nutrition for the short body type. So you can check that out here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Should I try more celebrity workouts and diets? Let me know. If there's any petite celebrities that we should test the waters on, drop that in the comments below. And if you like this, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more content tailored to short women. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.